there a year. And she leaves there in 2015. Now let's see, 2000. Let's see, here it is, 2016, she goes to work for the law offices of Pirelli and Anderson. She ain't a lawyer yet. She's a student law clerk. January through May of 2016. She's not much for keeping a law job, is she? You reckon she'd get fired from all these? So 2016, January to May of 2017, she's law offices of Pirelli and Anderson. She's a title paralegal now. Okay. Okay, since he's a paralegal there, so then oh, wait a minute, let's see. And in 2016 for a little while, August through November, she's community legal aid. And I guess they got her ass kicked out of there. So, in January to May of 2017, she's on the community for public counsel services. And 2017, let's see, 2017 to 2021, she's at the St. Louis County Conflict Defender's Office. She's an assistant conflict defender. She's not a criminal defender, it's a conflict defender. I guess if you're arguing with your dog on who gets the shit where, she's the one they bring up because it's a conflict. Who's going to get the shit by what tree? And she'll come out, work out, the dog shit's here and you shit there. That's what a conflict defender does. So does that till 2021. May through July of 2022, Themis Bar Review. Title, Themis Bar Grader. I don't know what she grades, but she grades something. Let's see. 2021 to 2022. She is the last public defender, September of public defender. I don't know what time I don't know. I think that's just a short time after I put out some of my videos. It'd be funnier now. I'll tell you what, man, let's see, Brian Glenn, he don't work up here no more. My first public defender don't work here no more. Brian Glenn's brother, he followed him up here and he can't live without him, so he lost his job. And then he followed him back down to Tennessee and he lost his job again. Now he's a security guard. So man, this broad she did finally made it to be an actual lawyer, right? And I'm like one of her first clients here, right? you know, he'll have less than a year on the job as a lawyer. You know, an actual lawyer. Let's see. Well, yeah, I'll tell you, man, I wonder if I'm gonna look up and see if I put in a complaint to the bar on that bitch. But anyways, September 22, she got her ass fired from there, and now she works for St. Lawrence County again, down in New York, and she's a title assistant conflict defender again. You know, that bitch can't ever make a lawyer. She made a lawyer for like 1 year. Yeah. And I guess screwed up so bad on my case that they fired her ass, you know, 'cause she let so much come out, she didn't cover that. So that's what she is. Now I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna play about the last 15 or 20 minutes of an hour-long recording that I made when I was in her office, and she don't know I was recording it. So you'll see now. At one point, I tell her now, don't get all upset about this. Now, at one point, I tell her that if I don't get all my documents and stuff to go to court with, that I'm not going to show up to court. And when they come to arrest me, I'm going to make them kill me and suicide by cop to bring attention to the corruption. And she's just totally indifferent to that. She'd give a shit less. You know, she gets her paycheck anyway. But I'm just going to show you last, I think it's like 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most. I think it's more like 15. But anyway, the last 15, 20 minutes in the office there, and I mean, you're going to love this. You'll love it, absolutely. This bitch is heartless, and she don't give a shit about defending your ass. Oh man, well, we'll just talk about it as we go into the video here, or I mean into the audio.
It's definitely helpful to my case because it proves that the audio, there's stuff in the audio that's missing.
My job as your attorney is to ensure that we get out what needs to come out and to make the district attorney's office have to prove their case. Okay, I'm not going to help them do their job.
Well, then get it thrown out.
Okay, I don't have any basis right now to have it thrown out. I don't have any motions right now I can make. So I can't, the next step would be...
Well, I have a email from, as a reply from DPS, I think it is, for Freedom of Information Act, asking for the unedited audio and video files. It was refused, and they did something, you know, for another hearing or something to get it, and it was refused again. So there's a reason that they're refusing to release that.
Okay. So if I
That's required by law.
Okay, so if I can...
So they have no plans of ever giving me a fair trial. That's why I have to prove myself innocent.
So if I can continue. Part of a fair trial means that a jury has not been contaminated. What that generally means is that they haven't read anything in the newspapers, they haven't heard anything on the radio, they don't personally know you or any of the witnesses. That you want to have a jury that's coming to it with no pre-ideas of what everything is. What makes that difficult is you calling into radio stations, you posting YouTube videos, and this website. Which
website's not mine, it's just about me.
Which not only puts up all the evidence so people can look at it and make a decision beforehand, but also contains our private conversations, which people should not be able to read.
Yeah. Our private, that's what's embarrassing to you is private conversation. That's what you want taken down.
I'm not embarrassed at all. My problem is we have what's called an attorney.
Well, that's going to be the reason you're not going to be my lawyer anymore, because I want a lawyer that's going to support me.
Okay, I will get to that in just a second. So, I've seen your videos on YouTube. So how do you normally email with these supporters, or how do you message with them?
I don't have anything to do with them.
Okay.
I put one original video up, and it went crazy. Some 12-year-old kid come up and was asking about some documents and stuff, and he says, well, you want to put them up, where we can work on them. And so he set them up where just he and I could work on them, and he's finding all these, because they're not even trying to cover anything up, which you're overlooking too. And I finally decided, you know what? There's nothing to be afraid of the truth.
Okay. So you're not in charge of this at all?
No.
Okay. What about your email? Is that you?
My email is mine. Or bodell@yahoo.com.
So how are they getting all of the documents?
Well, they have a link to my OneDrive account. That's mine. Also, the kid there, he goes up there and he sets the documents up there after I upload them, so they're compatible. And there's also a group of people on the internet that are preparing to build a timeline.
Okay. So, as I'm trying to explain, this contaminates our jury pool because people who are able to read it, or watch your videos, or hear any of these things,
Will know the truth.
Are going to come to a trial with a notion in their head of whether you're guilty or innocent. And you can't have a fair trial if people already have a decision on your guilt or innocence.
I already have proof that they've edited the audio files.
But I'm trying to explain to you, because you've indicated more than once to me you want to go to trial and you want a new attorney. I'm explaining the process of the trial and why this is not helpful to you.
Well, you go do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I mean, it's your law license. The last lawyer John Rivas don't work here no more.
And that's not because of you, Mr. Bodell. He's
Well,
a different job.
Well, that's fine. Because I'm going to send my complaint for him along with my complaint for you.
That's absolutely fine.
As evidence in a complaint against this whole office.
Okay. So as that brings you to, you don't get to pick your attorney. I am appointed to you. I am your attorney. Unless you hire someone who files some sort of entry of appearance, that I'm your attorney. That is it. You don't pick your attorney. You made it very clear you want an attorney, but
and you've made it very clear that you're not going to help me. So
I'm sorry that's what you're coming across. I don't know what I said that has made you believe that.
Well, I understand now that it's my job to get this kicked out of court without you.
Okay. You are not allowed to file anything. You're represented.
I don't have to file anything. During the last court hearing, I think you were there, where they said that I was recording. Okay, well, I was listening on the internet. I wasn't even logged in.
And as we've talked about this.
Because there's people in here that can get in there and listen to all of those court cases.
Right, and now that we have spoken at length, if I hear that person, I will make the court aware that that is not you. And I'll make the court aware of that. That's what I'll do about it. Whoever it is will probably get
I would
in
expect
trouble.
you to. Because I don't need no password. Like I said, these people I'm with, we have access already. All the courtrooms.
Yes, it's called the server. Anyone can call it.
Yeah. And one of the people that's involved here, that's exactly what she does, is monitor court cases. You know, there's several lawyers involved. They just aren't eligible to practice in this case. There's some that's going to be involved when this case gets kicked out.
Your case is not going to get kicked out, Robert. I don't
Well,
know what you think how that's going to happen.
it all depends on you.
Well, my problem is you're not letting me speak and you're not listening to me.
I understand. I am going to have to prove myself innocent beyond any shadow of a doubt.
No,
Period.
you don't have to prove yourself innocent. You are innocent. And it's on the district attorney's office to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You sit there innocent. You sit there at a trial innocent until proven guilty. You are not guilty. You are innocent until proven otherwise.
Well, those troopers are committing felonies. I believe editing those audio files is a felony. I have not committed a crime. The only crime I committed was being in a car that ran out of gas. I was beaten, tortured, and falsely imprisoned.
Well, so at this point you have two options. You can accept the offer, which you've made very clear you don't want to do,
And not a chance in hell.
or we can set it for trial at the next court appearance.
I'm not going to court till I get those documents. You can do what you want.
I can't do anything. It's your decision whether you want to go to trial, but you need to tell me.
I don't care what you do. I am not participating unless I have those documents in there, because if I go to jail, I'll never get out, and those documents will be there for the investigators who will.
And as I've explained to you repeatedly, we have everything. There's nothing else that we haven't given you that we don't have.
Then you explain why there's missing audio files.
I've attempted to explain it to you, Robert, but you don't want to listen to me.
No, you haven't explained why there's no explanation on those files, why there's a break. Those documents, it clearly says that the only reason that it would be is for something serious, like somebody want to give testimony that they don't want recorded, and you have to say that in the file. It says right there in those documents, and they are not in there, so there's a reason for that. And it also says in there that it has to be in a continuous recording. It's all in their operations manual and in your rules of evidence.
Well, I guess we're at an impasse right now, Robert, because you've indicated you don't want me as your attorney. You have indicated in the past you want to go to trial, but now you're saying you don't want to go to trial.
I want to go to trial, but I want to be able to defend myself.
And we will.
I'm not just, once I walk in that courtroom, I'm just putting myself up there to the first cop that wants to grab me and throw me in a cage and let some murderer rapist beat the shit out of me.
Okay, so I will set it for trial at our next court appearance.
Fine.
I'm asking to confirm with you, Robert.
At your next court appearance, I would suggest that you get to ask for those files.
Okay, as I've already explained, there are no additional files.
I guess we're at an impasse.
I'm not
Hey,
sure.
we just wait it out.
I don't know what else I can, like, I don't know what else I can advise you on.
Yeah, just wait and see what happens when these other investigations get going here.
Okay, well.
You know, one of the caps there, if you go in there, if you got those up in there, go into background checks up there and pull up Joshua Robles. He's got some felonies. His age, date of birth.
Oh, I've seen these, and it's not good. Yeah, this is very likely not the same person. Cop is not going to be allowed to have felonies in a cop. These aren't accurate backgrounds. They are off of the internet.
Yeah. Well, why don't you get us a background check then?
And look for what?
And see what his real background is.
You can certainly put on the list when I prepare for trial, but as you indicated you don't really want to go to trial, I don't know what to do.
I want to go to trial, but I want to be able to defend myself.
And we will defend you by questioning the witnesses, cross-examining them, and putting on our own evidence.
Fine, you go ahead and do that. But I'm not walking in that courtroom.
Okay.
I'm not signing my death warrant until I can prove my innocence.
And you fail to appear, they can proceed without you at trial. You can be found guilty at trial, and they will come and get you and put you in jail.
No, they will come and they will put a bullet in my head. I have body armor. It will do them no good to shoot here. They will have to shoot me in the head. No choice. That's how it's going to be. If I can't defend myself, it's obvious that the troopers are framing me. It's obvious that nobody gives a crap about what happens to me. It's all about protecting Brian Glenn. It's all about protecting Michael Zweifel because he's the one that's responsible for his training, and he's the one that's responsible for the cover-up. So you see, I don't have a family to help me. All I have is me.
And me. You listen to my advice.
Yeah. Like I said, you want me to take it down so that the people on the internet wouldn't even the people on the internet wouldn't even know about me, would they?
I would like you to take it down because it's not helpful. It's detrimental to your case. That's why I want you to take it down.
It's proof that they edited. If you give me that original audio and video, I will take it down. I'll see that they take it down. Because I can go to court, then I won't even need you. I'll be able to prove that those files were edited, or what was going on in the edited parts of those files.
Well, there it is, folks. And the bitch's own words. We're only going to work with what the prosecution gives us. We're not going to ask for the exculpatory evidence. Oh, we can give our own evidence all we want. We just can't have the exculpatory evidence. That's what that bitch is. She's a prosecutor, or what do you call it? The free lawyer at the courthouse. What do you call that? Well, you can see why she's free. You know, she ain't worth 2 cents. Now she's public defender here in Alaska. down there in New York, she's the equivalent to that. You know, people are going like parole violations and going to prison or something like that. They're going to have her for a lawyer. She's in the Canton courthouse, Canton, New York. So if you're ever up in front of her, you better be asking for no lawyer. This bird's for the prosecution. Prosecution provided manufactured evidence. She didn't even want no part of the real evidence. She wanted me in prison. It didn't work. Now that bitch ain't a public defender in Alaska. Seems like everybody tried to put me in jail wasn't their jobs. Brian Glenn, Brother Brenton followed him up here. Shit staying here. Behuniak. Yeah. Sara Behuniak, that's what she is. She's a piece of shit. She don't want the real evidence because it doesn't get a conviction. She only wants the manufactured evidence. So, there's Sara Behuniak. So, Sara, if you happen to run across this video, I have a personal message to you. Remember when I said that I was going to commit suicide by cop? Well, they got enough calls down there at the police station there, they figure they might not ought to do that shit, etc. Drop the charges. So my personal message to you, Sara, piss off.